Most people think the Honda CB77 is just another retro name Honda could recycle in 2026. I don't see it that way at all. If Honda actually brings back the CB77 properly, this could quietly become one of their smartest motorcycles in years, or one of their biggest missed opportunities. What caught my attention first wasn't the engine rumors or the styling talk, it was the positioning. Honda doesn't need another loud spec sheet hero bike right now. What they're missing is a motorcycle that feels intentional, restrained, and emotionally honest. That's where the CB77 name actually makes sense. When I compared the CB77 to what Honda already sells, I noticed something interesting. The CB650R is fast, but a little too polished. The CB350 is charming, but limited. The CB500 range is practical, but forgettable. A modern CB77 could land right in the gap where riders want character without chaos. Here's the misconception most people have. They assume retro means slow, soft, and compromised. But the original CB77 wasn't built to be cute. It was built to be serious for its time. That spirit matters more than copying the look bolt for bolt. If Honda goes with a mid-sized twin, something around 500 to 650 cc, and tunes it for torque instead of top-end drama, that's already a win. I'd rather have a bike that pulls cleanly at 3,000 RPM than one that only wakes up near redline. Most people ride on the street, not a dyno. What surprised me while thinking this through is how much restraint matters now. Every new bike seems obsessed with ride modes, screens, and feature overload. A CB77 should feel deliberate. One good throttle map, one solid traction control setting, no distractions pretending to be progress. Another mistake people make is assuming this bike needs to compete with European retro machines head-on. It doesn't. Honda doesn't win by copying Triumph or Moto Guzzi. Honda wins by being calm, reliable, and quietly better to live with. I keep coming back to ergonomics. Most retro bikes look great on photos but feel awkward after an hour. If Honda nails a neutral riding triangle, slightly forward lean, relaxed knees, natural bar height, the CB77 could become a bike people actually ride daily, not just on weekends. And here's something most reviews would miss. Weight matters more than horsepower here. If Honda keeps this bike light, genuinely light, it'll feel faster than the numbers suggest. A well-balanced 50 horsepower bike can feel more alive than a 90 horsepower one that carries extra bulk. Let's talk about design for a second. I don't want chrome overload. I don't want fake cooling fins glued onto modern castings. I want honest metal, simple paint, and proportions that look right from every angle. Honda knows how to do this when they choose to. One practical takeaway if you're considering this bike hypothetically. If Honda releases it, wait for real-world ride impressions, not launch hype. This bike will be about feel, not figures. The spec sheet won't tell the full story. Another area I've been thinking about is sound. Parallel twins can sound dull if tuned lazily, but with the right exhaust note, deep, restrained, not loud, the CB77 could have a personality that grows on you over time, instead of impressing you for 5 minutes. What I'd personally love to see is Honda resisting the urge to overprice it. This bike should feel accessible, not aspirational. Price it too high and it loses its entire purpose. Price it right and it becomes a long-term ownership motorcycle. A lot of people will ask, who is this bike really for? That's the wrong question. The better question is, who will keep this bike for years? That's the rider Honda should be designing for. I imagine the CB77 as the kind of bike you ride to work without thinking, then take the long way home because it feels good. No drama, no performance anxiety, just connection. Another misconception is that younger riders don't care about subtle bikes. I don't buy that. They're tired of disposable experiences. A bike like the CB77 could actually feel refreshing in a market full of excess. If Honda adds modern reliability while keeping maintenance simple, that alone is a massive selling point. Not everything needs to be complicated to feel premium. Here's a small detail I hope Honda doesn't mess up: the seat. A flat, usable seat that allows movement matters more than people realize. Comfort is part of character. As I think more about it, the CB77 isn't about nostalgia, it's about maturity. It's a motorcycle that doesn't try to prove anything, and that's exactly why it could succeed. If Honda treats the CB77 like a marketing exercise, it'll fade fast. If they treat it like a long-term rider's machine, it could quietly earn respect year after year. Personally, if a 2026 Honda CB77 shows up with honest design, manageable power, and real-world comfort, I'd take it seriously. Not as a headline bike, but as the kind of motorcycle you grow attached to, and those are the ones that actually matter.